And we're back again on the In Conversation channel, couch and laundry room. Well, it's become more of a kit room, actually. I'm joined by Kyran today, Kyran Duggan. Is that how I say it?
Yes, guess what?
Duggan?
Duggan?
Duggan. Currently of Tandoori Knights, the white team, formerly of the yellow team.
Borussia Dortmund.
Borussia Dortmund. I did this earlier with Jay. I tried to remember what his old team was called. I think all the old teams are dead to me now.
I am struggling to remember any other way.
I think they're all dead to me. I remember mine, and I think everyone will probably remember their own, but the rest, man, the rest are gone. Yeah. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, feeling a lot better since the first Wednesday we did. The first run around, because I remember the first time I ever did it, and it was hard, especially going from the half hour to the hour. And there's a lot more running, and I feel as I'm doing it gradually now every week, I can feel the benefit. So
I think you have to play a bit more football on a Wednesday, don't you? Because there's that extra man on each team.
Yeah.
You haven't got as much space to play about in as you do on a Friday.
It's a high standard as well.
Yeah, well, I was saying to Andy tonight, the difference in ability in some people is just vast, and I don't consider us a league that particularly focuses on the football, and I don't think we ever really give it much of a spotlight because we're all so focused and excited about the weight loss stuff. But actually, the level of football, I can definitely feel it in me to a certain extent, but some of the improvements have been vast. Absolutely vast. So let's talk about you. Let's talk about your journey with us. Because I don't remember. And no, I say this, I don't remember the week that you joined, and the reason I say that is because I can normally remember the first thing I remember about somebody. Do you know what I mean? Like I remember that first meeting moment because I, try and meet everybody that walked through the door. But with you, it was kind of like one week you weren't here, and the next week you were banging goals in with the yellow. So I assume that was when you first started.
Yeah, because originally, I'll take it back a step because I originally joined the Cardiff Man v Fat because I work in Cardiff. Well, I did work in Cardiff before we had to go work from home, etc. And I had a bloke who was called Tim who was working with me. He told me about Man v Fat because he was in Man v Fat Cardiff. And he told me all about it, and he, we referred me. We ended up going together, and then I loved it because we both said we needed to lose a bit of weight, and I told him I love the football, and he said, well, I've got the perfect place for you. So ended up going to Cardiff and doing that, and then...
So you played in the Cardiff League?
I played in the Cardiff League for a bit, yeah.
Up until the pandemic?
Up until the pandemic, and then it completely
So we must have crossed paths at some point, because I was there right up until the pandemic.
We must have, and I'm just got such a bad memory.
What colour team did you play on?
Played for the Greens.
Okay.
When I was over there. I can't remember anyone who I played with.
Owen?
Mouldy
was a staple on the Greens as well.
Yeah. There are a few of them who come over here as well, which I've noticed.
Yeah, we've seen a few.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed it over there. And the pandemic stopped. I was gutted, and then I moved to Newport then in the middle of the pandemic, and then joined up with these guys, and then the rest is history. Because I joined in week 4 of last season.
Season
the
2?
Yellows. Yeah, season 2.
Okay.
So I played best part of 10 weeks, and then I had the cup, and then I've had about the start of September I think I started.
I think the Yellows were possibly the most improved unit of the whole of our first 2 seasons. Like, no disrespect to the beginning, but the football you were playing at the end was tremendous.
It was quite, because the first couple of weeks I think I went about 4 or 5 weeks without winning, and then the last 6-7 weeks, and when we had that form going into the cup, I think something clicked and we went through it. And I think we had a problem with we were turning up 4 or 5 players, and then the borrows would kind of shoot us in the foot, but when we had the players turning up and it just something clicked and it flowed then, and we had the momentum going into the cup, and I think we had some injuries and some coming up to Christmas, etc.
Yeah, you were my pick for the cup.
Yeah, we had some absentees and some injuries, and I think we only just missed out as well. So I was gutted with that because I thought we had the form to go into it really.
Yeah, it was exciting. It was exciting.
Yeah.
So you were drawn to Man vs Fat long time ago now, sort of pre-pandemic time. You were looking to lose a bit of weight, like playing football, perfect combination. Talk to me about, if you have one, a favourite moment with Man vs Fat. so far, of course?
I'd probably say originally being made vice captain for Tandoori Nights, to be honest, being voted in as well, because it's one thing if you were just chosen by someone, but obviously there was a vote put out and people voted for me, so I was made vice captain, and then Bradley Jenkins and our team said, he said, do you want to be captain, because he didn't want it, so I was promoted as well. So the fact where the people think that you would do a good job and they vote you in as well, and then I've really enjoyed the role since, picking the teams and looking out for people and all that kind of stuff.
And I know I've told you off camera, but you've done a phenomenal job of that, being a member of your team. It's really nice to see you flourish in that role so well, and you seem to be really enjoying it too.
Oh, thanks very much. Yeah, no, I love it, to be honest. I'd love to do it again, to be honest, another season after next and all that. But I looking out for people, if I notice they've been quiet in the group or anything, I just say, how's your week been, and then the conversation flows, and then we talk about the football as well. And I think you'll agree the first week or two something wasn't right with a formation or something wasn't clicking really. And I think since we changed to the 3-2-1 formation, and then the chopping and changing wasn't so often, I think it clicked last week, and I think we were playing some really good football.
Yeah, we were quite unlucky last week. But it was one kick different, and we don't lose, and it doesn't feel anywhere near as bad, does it? I guess that's football. Yeah. Silly game.
Yeah, but with the weight loss last week, I thought it was brilliant, and that took us through in the end.
Yeah, top of the league. Top of the league.
Yeah, definitely. The bit I love about it is everyone's there for you as well. There's no judgment. There's no, people have a go, you're saying sorry for not, if you're not losing enough weight as you think you should be or anything like that. If you had a bad week, it's, nobody's scared to say those kind of things. And it's a safe platform to say it with the group chats and everything. And that everybody's there to put an arm around you if needed, or, they're only a message away to say, I've had a bad week and this is going on. Because people have come to me and I've gone to other people with those kind of things as well. And I think it's a brilliant platform that, it's like a safe space. It's
an excellent addition, isn't it? It's probably more than what you think you're going to get, I think, when you sign up originally.
Yeah, they're a great group of lads. They're a brilliant group of lads, and feel like it's such a tight knit as well, And
we're very lucky in that respect. I think the team splits on a lot for that as well, because you see a lot of people talking to lots of different teams now. It's much more flat structure than it was previously. So talk to me about some goals that you had. What was the goal? Did you have a goal in the very beginning? I know you've got quite a special one now.
Yeah.
Was there a goal at the start?
Well, back in my playing days, I was actually a goalkeeper, funny enough.
You get that quiet? Wow!
I've revealed it now, and I don't want it.
Wow!
But it was the kind of thing where, I had a bit of ability up front, where I was playing up front beforehand, but not quite good enough to, development or academy style kind of thing. But I was an academy goalkeeper for Newport back in the day, and it got to the fact that I was there for about 3 or 4 years, between 14, 15 and 18, and it got to the point where there was a choice between join the school, do the BTEC Sports Science with the Newport, or carry on with school, and it was one or the other, so I had to make a choice in the end. But yeah, I really enjoyed it there, and it was, since I hadn't played a single bit of football since then. I had played five-a-side every now and then when I went to university and that kind of thing, but it wasn't that dedicated. So Man v Fat got me back into the rhythm of playing on a weekly basis, and I needed to lose the weight as well, because the weight was put on since those playing days. So yeah, and then we obviously started the pandemic, and I put on a bit of weight through the pandemic as well. So yeah, I was desperate to join back up, and lucky I knew Stan from Cardiff as well. I messaged him saying, is there any space? I'd love to get back involved, and it was a quick process, and I think he got me in about a week or two.
Talking about, just to circle back to the academy stuff, you left the academy when you were 16?
18. Yeah.
And how old are you now?
26, just turned.
So that's 8 years of no football.
It's about, I was with the Cardiff Man v Fat, and in the pandemic stopped it, so probably it's about
slightly less.
About 5 or 6 years.
So what fueled that decision to move away from the football? Was it not going too well, or could you have pushed it further?
Yeah, I don't know really. There was a process where, you know, you got to the trial. You know, you got to 18, and there was a certain trial, and you would go to like the reserve team, where you would get dropped out. It was a very, very hard process, really. And I don't know. I think there was a squad of 24, and about 4 of them made it, kind of thing. So it was a hard time. Really. So it was a decision to make whether I thought I was good enough, and whether I don't know. It was really hard. I was young as well.
That's a big old decision to make at that.
It was at that age, and I didn't think I had the ability to do it, to be honest.
Right.
But I don't know. I think it all worked out for the best in the end, because I don't think those 4 players made it in the end, and it's really hard to be a professional footballer, because it is a professional club now. Newport County, it wasn't back then. They were semi-professional as well. See, so. Yeah, if it might have been different now, but yeah, I had to make a decision on the spot.
I didn't know that about you.
But yeah, I kept it quiet, because I don't know, being a goalkeeper and being a goalkeeper for 5 are 2 different things. But
it's horrible. It's all horrible.
But I used to play up front as well, and yeah, I used to really enjoy it. But I love having a runabout as well, and I think if I was a goalkeeper, I don't know. I do like going in goals, and I appreciate the people who go in goals, but I don't think I'd get the benefit out of running around and getting the fitness up and things like that.
No, keepers in Man v Fat are a very rare sightings.
Yeah. I have a lot more fun out than in Man v Fat. But yeah, that's my background anyway, to be honest. Right?
So what's the current goal? Where are we going?
Well, I'm getting married in June next year.
Yeah! Next year, so 2023.
2023, yeah.
Okay.
I got engaged in June just gone. So that 2
years is about right.
Yeah. Well, funny enough, it's exactly 2 years, because I got engaged on June the 3rd, and I'm getting married on June the 3rd as well. Great. Which is, when the day came out, we was like, oh, we've got to do that. It's a bit fake, isn't it? But yeah, so I got married in the June, had some fun in the summer, and then start of September came, and I thought, right, I need to do something about the weight. So the goal is to try and get to a certain weight at the end of this year.
Have you got at the end of this year?
Yeah. So I want to get to 12 stone. I don't know how well that is in kg, but I want to get to that and fit into a suit and look good for the wedding kind of. So that's my goal, and I feel like because I've got something like that, and it's driving me and it's pushing me to get to that. And ever since I've been doing it, because I put on a bit of weight over Christmas as well. I thought I was doing quite. I got to my 5% in just before Christmas as well. So I'm working that back in now. So I feel great because of it.
How far away is 10?
I think it's about 4 or 5 kilograms.
Not bad.
Not bad. So yeah, I'm hoping to get that. Well, I should get that this season and see how far I can go. Really.
Where are you in stone as opposed to that 12?
About 15 and a half at the moment.
Okay.
So I've got about 3.5 to go. So
across calendar year.
Yeah. So I'm hoping it's doable.
And then you got to hold it then until.
Gonna hold it till.
Yeah. I think the maintenance journey is something that I've never been in the position for a long time where maintenance is up for consideration, but it feels almost more of a challenge, I think.
A lot of people do tell me that, because I haven't been that weight since I was 18, and I was in the academy, and I was all that active, and then I went to university then, and obviously the weight came put her on, and I haven't really been back down since, so it's just for me to feel better and look better, and just be a bit more confident.
So we have come to the very end of our time in the sauna / laundry room. The same question I ask everybody at the end of these is, if you were talking to a fictional man who's thinking about joining Man vs. Fat, he's not quite sure, he comes to you, he says, Kyran, what do I do? I don't really know. What do you say?
I definitely tell him to do it, because I would say, don't think twice about it, just come and have a go. They're a great bunch of lads, and I think it's something like 95% of people do lose weight when they do it. So there's so many support systems around you. You've got a great team that you'll be put into as well. You've got brilliant, like yourself and Stan, people who are working in the background tirelessly, successfully making this thing work as well. And you know, look on the website, look at people's stories as well, because there's plenty of blogs and people's stories out there of how much weight they've lost and how much fun they're having, especially, and you know, just discover that confident you as well. You know, just going out playing football, doing what you love, losing weight because of it as well, and it almost feels like once you're having fun as well, the weight loss doesn't feel so bad as well. You know, it doesn't feel so hard anymore because you're just doing something. You run around the football pitch for an hour, the hour goes really quick. You burn so many calories as well. So, yeah, that's what I would say.
Thanks, mate.
Great time. No problem at all.
Thanks very much.
I'm gonna really enjoy the time.
Good.